I was born in Glasgow, and I was Bruno Brunton in Glasgow. When I moved to Winchester at the age of 12, I became Scotty or Haggis or whatever everybody would call me. And I find the transition from Glasgow to Winchester, this is a bit short for me, I feel I'm down here somewhere. Yeah, okay. So the transition for me from Glasgow to Winchester was pretty difficult. Glasgow's a big working class city and Winchester's a provincial. What can I say about it? But I ended up, as well as a change of name, I had a sort of change of character. I invented kind of two characters for myself. One was a high achieving grammar school boy and the other was a football hooligan. And I got 9 O-levels. But I also, got arrested on football terraces, and that was fueled by drinking. Really, alcohol was kind of an intrinsic part of that. And I started drinking when I was 12, and when I was 17, I kind of migrated to drugs in general and started taking acid, became a glam rocker, became a drug dealer, a hustler, heroin user, eventually a drug smuggler. I smuggled dope from Pakistan. And I got caught at Heathrow Airport with 10 kilos of cannabis in a false bottom suitcase, spent 8 months inside. And when I came out, I sort of had another double life where I trained as a computer programmer and I worked as a computer programmer and I had family, had children during the day. And at night I dealt cocaine and hung about with prostitutes and drug dealers and the people that I was used to. And that went on until I was 37 years old. And at the age of 37, I started having I was having panic attacks from about the age of 30. And when I was 37, I had a complete kind of breakdown. And my GP sent me off to a treatment centre, which turned out to be a rehab. And when I was in rehab, I thought addicts were like junkies, scabby junkies. And I was pretty functional in a lot of respects. I was quite sort of together. Respectable member of society apart from the double life that I led. And but in rehab I discovered that the panic attacks were the result of 25 years of taking drugs every day and all the chaotic behaviour that had gone with it. And so my view of addiction changed, and now I'm 27 years clean, as we say in NA, and thank you very much. Yeah, it's an achievement. And so my view of addiction has changed a lot, and I'm trying to sort of overcome the stigma, and I still feel the stigma of that. And so I've ended up writing a memoir. What happened is when I went on to the autobiography and life writing course at New Writing South, I ended up beginning to write a memoir about my recovery and about my drug using and everything else. And I've now written that. I've written a memoir, 95,000 words that I'm trying to get published. And in the meantime, my tutor, Hannah Vincent here, my great tutor and excellent editor and marvellous person all round, suggested that I write some short stories, take extracts out of what I've written already and turn them into short stories, which is what I'm doing at the moment and entering them into competitions. And that's that keeps me writing, keeps me not worrying about all the rejections that I'm getting from the agents, so I'm pressing on. So that's me for now. So I'm going to read something. The beginning of my story is I start off in rehab in the beginning of my memoir, and then I start to sort of go back into my life, and I wrote some stuff. Started writing about when I was in the football terraces, and the bit I'm going to read is sort of after that, really.